Jeffrey.
You're welcome.
We'll also take a bottle of red as well. Thank you.
Certainly.
Right. Now... Oh.
Thank you, Baron.
Thank
you.
That looks wonderful. Beautiful day. Oh, sweetie, where are you going? You'll ruin your appetite, darling. We're having prawns, your favourite.
I don't like prawns.
Now, darling, don't wander off.
For God's sake, leave her alone, Deirdre.
Sweetheart,
Mother,
we'll play with your
so
ball.
Annoying.
Darling, what about snakes?
There aren't any snakes on the beach. Just let her enjoy herself for once.
Edward!
Yes, ma'am.
Well, hello there. What are you? Is this a bird or something? Are you hungry? Take a bite. It's roast beef. It's good. Come on, I won't hurt you. Mommy! Daddy, you've got to come see this! I found something!
Kathy, darling, lunch is ready.
Are you looking at this? I'm afraid there isn't enough to go around.
Paul?
Kathy!
You hurry up! Hurry up!
Kathy! Get away from my nose!
Whom shall I tell Mr. Hammond is calling?
Ian Markham. I've been summoned.
Dr. Malcolm!
God. Oh, my
Hello, Dr. Malcolm.
Hi, kids. Yes.
So great to see you.
It's so great to see you. It's so great. Look at you.
You came to see Grandpa?
Yeah. He called me. What? Do you know what it's about? I don't either. This joint's kind of creepy, isn't it? Is everything okay?
Well, not exactly.
Well, Dr. Malcolm. Dr. Malcolm. Here to share a few campfire stories with my uncle.
You can convince the Washington Post and the Skeptical Inquirer of whatever you want. But I was there, I know what happened, and so do you.
Do you actually believe that everyone who chose discretion did so? It's a nefarious motive.
Signature?
Even Lex and Tim?
Leave them out of it. It's not a game.
No, it isn't. You signed a non-disclosure agreement before you went to the island that expressly forbade you from discussing anything you saw. You violated that agreement.
Yeah, I did, and you lied. You twisted the facts surrounding the deaths of 3 people, and you stuffed misinformation down the public's throat, which made me look like a nut. Hasn't been so good for my livelihood. And
You made a generous compensatory offer for your injuries.
That was a payoff and an insult. And when you spin reality, when you cover up evidence, it hurts. It ruins more than just my reputation. It hurts.
As I recall, your university revoked your tenure for your selling wild stories to the
I didn't
press.
sell anything. I
hardly
never
see
took a
that.
cent, and I told the truth.
Your version of it?
There aren't any versions of the truth, and I'll tell you something. InGen can't keep spewing out.
InGen is my responsibility now, Doctor, and I will jealously defend its interests.
Your responsibility? What about Mr. Hammond?
It is our board of directors which I must look in the eye, not my uncle. Really, you must trust me. These problems of yours are about to be rendered moot. In a few weeks' time, they'll be long forgotten.
Not by me.
Careful. This suit costs more than your education.
You were right and I was wrong there. Did you ever expect to hear me say such a thing? Thank God for Site B.
Site B?
Island Nubla was just a showroom, something for the tourists. Site B was the factory floor. That was on Aina Sauna, 80 miles from Nubla. We bred the animals there and nurtured them for a few months and then moved them into the park.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Now, after the accident in the park, Hurricane Carissa wiped out our facility on Site B. Call it an act of God. But we had to evacuate, of course, and the animals were released to mature on their own. Life will find a way, as you once so eloquently put it. And by now we have a complete ecological system on the island with dozens of species living in their own social groups without fences, without boundaries, without constraining technology. And for 4 years, I've tried to keep it safe from human interference.
Well, that's right. I mean, hopefully you've kept this island quarantined and contained, but I'm in shock about all this. I mean that they're still alive. You bred them lysine deficient. Shouldn't they have kicked after 7 days without supplemental enzymes?
Yes, but by God, they're flourishing. That's one of 1,000 questions I want the team to answer.
Team?
Yes. I've organized an expedition to go in and document them, to make the most spectacular living fossil record the world's ever seen.
Go in and document. What do you mean, like with people?
Yes. The animals won't even know they're there. Very low impact, strictly observation and documentation. Our satellite infrareds show that the animals are fiercely territorial. The carnivores are isolated in the interior of the island so the team can stay on the outer rim. Don't worry, Ian. I'm not making the same mistakes again.
No, you're making all new ones. John, okay, so there's another island with dinosaurs, no fences this time, and you want to send people in, very few people, on the ground, right? And who are these 4 lunatics that you're trying to con into this?
Well, it was difficult to convince them as to what they were going to see, and in the end I had to use my checkbook to get them there. But there's Nick Van Owen, who's a video documentarian, and Eddie Carr, who's a field equipment expert. We have our paleontologist, and I was hoping that perhaps you might be the fourth. No, no. We've been on the verge of Chapter 11 ever since that accident in the park, and there are those in the company who wanted to exploit Site B in order to bail us out. Well, they've been planning it for years, and I've been able to stop them up until now. But a few weeks ago, a British family on a yacht cruise stumbled across the island, and their wee girl was injured. Oh, she's fine. But the board has used the incident to take control of InGen from me. And now it's only a matter of time before this lost world is found and pillaged. Public opinion is the one thing that I can use to preserve it, but in order to rally that kind of support, I need a complete photo record of those animals alive and in their natural habitat.
So you went from capitalist to naturalist in just 4 years. That's something.
It's our last chance at redemption.
John? No. Of course. No. And I'm going to contact the other 3 members of your team, and I'm going to stop them from going. Who's the paleontologist, by the way? Who you didn't say?
She came to me. I want you to know this.
Who did?
Leave it to you, Ian, to have associations, affiliations, even liaisons with the best people in so many fields.
You didn't contact Sarah.
Paleontological behavior study is a brand new field, and Sarah Harding is on that frontier.
No.
Her theories on parenting and nurturing amongst carnivores has framed the debate. What are you doing?
Where's your phone?
It's too late. She's already there. The others are meeting her in 3 days.
You sent my girlfriend to this island alone?
Sent is hardly the word. She couldn't be restrained. She was already working in San Diego doing some research at the animal park, and it's only a couple of hours' flight from there. And she was adamant, absolutely adamant about making the initial foray by herself. I think she's Diane Fossey. Observation without interference, she said, and she went on and on. Well, you know how it is. After you were injured in the park, she sought you out. And then she went all the way down to that hospital in Costa Rica to ask somebody who she didn't even know whether the rumors were true.
Oh, if you want to leave your name on something, fine. But stop putting it on other people's headstones, John.
Oh, come on, she'll be fine. She spent years studying African predators, sleeping downwind and all. She knows what she's doing. And believe me, the research team will...
It's not a research expedition anymore. It's a rescue operation, and it's leaving right now.
Can't shave 3 days off my deadline, expect everything to be ready. I'm not fully supplied. I haven't field tested any of this.
What's the point in giving her a satellite phone if it doesn't work? What is the matter with it?
It could be anything. Could be solar flare, satellite could be out of sync. Maybe she even turned it off. I need half air on the tires here, guys. Flying pressurized, half
She doesn't
air.
know how to use it?
What are you kidding? She's faxing me refinements on 50% of the plans for this stuff. Ow, 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 ow. Don't do that, don't do that. You gotta baby it a little bit. You gotta love it.
I'll love it when it works.
It'll work when you love it. Let me do it.
Coming along, eh?
I don't like the feel very much, but in this case, I can't resist.
Thanks for the 2-minute warning, Eddie.
Nick Van Owen. This is Ian Malcolm. Nick's our field photographer. Ian's our...
How do you do?
How do you do?
Ian.
What's your background? Wildlife photography?
Yeah, wildlife, combat, you name it. When I was with Nightline, I was in Rwanda, Chechnya, all over Bosnia. Thanks. Do some volunteer work with Greenpeace once in a while.
Greenpeace. What drew you there?
Women. 80% female Greenpeace.
Noble.
Yeah. Well, Noble was last year. This year I'm getting paid. Hammond's check cleared. Or I wouldn't be going on this wild goose chase.
Where you're going is the only place in the world where the geese chase you. Kelly, my honey. You found it. What took you so long?
Sorry, I couldn't get a cab.
Oh, I see. That's okay. Now, listen, I gotta tell you, something. I gotta talk to you.
I don't even know this woman.
Well, what are you talking about? It's Karen. You've known her for 10 years.
She doesn't even have Sega. She's such a troglodyte.
Cruel, but good word use.
Why can't I stay with Sarah?
Because Sarah is out of town. Karen's fantastic, though. She said she'd take you horseback riding to the movies. You're gonna have a fantastic time.
Stop saying fantastic. Where are you going anyway?
It's only for a few days, but I wouldn't be going if it wasn't really important.
I'm your daughter all the time, you know. You can't just abandon me whenever opportunity knocks.
Gee, that hurts my feelings. Did your mom tell you to say that?
Dr. Malcolm, downstairs, please.
You know, sweetie, I know we've had some hard going, but I feel like in the last couple of years, we've really kind of started to work things out. Hasn't it been better?
Yeah, but I want you to crack on me a little bit, ground me or something, send me to my room. You never do any of that stuff.
Well, why would I? Because you turned out to be so beautiful and brilliant and powerful and funny and generous. The queen, the goddess, my inspiration.
Dr. Malcolm.
I could come with you. I could be a research assistant like I was in Austin.
It's nothing like Austin. But anyway, you got your own stuff. You got your gymnastics competition. You've been training for that for months.
Gymnastics? I scrubbed out, Dad. I got cut from the team. Thanks for knowing.
Oh, sorry, honey. I know how much that meant to you.
You like to have kids, but you just don't want to be with them, do you?
Hey, I'm not the one who dumped you here and split for Paris, so don't take it out on me.
Dr. Malcolm, downstairs.
Honey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, you want some good parental advice? Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me.
How are we doing here?
Specs say it can't deform at 12,000 psi, so we're just gonna test it.
Okay, well, that's clear. Are we clear?
What is this?
It's a high hide. A high hide. You know, you go up and you hide. High. Goes up to where the trees are, and keeps the researchers out of harm's way.
Actually, it put him at a very convenient biting height. What's the time? Do you have the time?
Do I have the time? Why?
We're leaving in 3 hours.
Well, 3 hours?
This is so cool.
Linstrat air rifle. Fires a subsonic Fluger impact delivery dart.
Does it work any better than your satellite phone?
That's funny. I loaded it with the enhanced venom of Conus purpurascens, South Sea cone shell. Most powerful neurotoxin in the world acts within a 2,000th of a second, which is faster than the nerve conduction velocity. So the animal's down before it even feels the prick of the dart.
Is there an antidote?
What do you mean, like if you shot yourself in the foot? Don't do that. You'd be dead before you even realized you had an accident.
Tengo mi hijo conmigo. No voy a hacer nada que es peligroso para él.
Espera, un momento. The guy says that he wants to unload at the shore right here. He won't go any further up the river. He's heard too many stories about this island chain, and he wants to drop us off and go anchor somewhere offshore.
Stories.
¿Qué tipo de cuentos?
Los de pescadores que se acercaron demasiado a las islas y nunca volvieron.
Sí. He's heard stories of fishermen that came too close to the island and then never returned.
Tengo la radio, tengo el teléfono satélite.
He has the radio, he has the satellite phone.
Cuando necesitan, llámame. Podemos llegar en 2 horas.
Right, when you need him, send the call and he'll be here in 2 hours.
No me quedaré en este lugar.
But he will not stay here.
No me quedaré en ningún lugar cerca de estas islas.
He won't stay anywhere near these islands.
Se llaman las 5 muertes.
They call the islands Las Cinco Muertes.
Sí.
What does that mean?
5 deaths. He says